Get it. What it do? What it do? Tap on in for the motherfucking win. All right. Man, what up? It's another episode of Who Gonna Catch These Hands. I'm your host, Joe Prophet. Man, listen, we had a hell of a weekend of boxing this weekend, man. You know, we had the Navarrete Valdez 2. We had the Robesi Ramirez Espinoza 2. We had Liam Paro, Richardson Hitchinson. I mean, we had a plethora. Like, you know, I think I'm gonna start with this Espinoza and Robesi Ramirez, man. The fight was, I don't know, it was kind of crazy, man. You know what I mean? To be honest with y'all, I'm not gonna lie. You know, seeing how the weigh-in and everything, Robesi looked like he's gonna come with that shit like he usually do. You know what I'm saying? Looking very confident at the weigh-ins, and then he got hit with some shit. Espinoza hit him with something, and he was. I don't think he could. I don't think he really liked it. Like how the way Robesi responded, it was crazy because I talked with a couple fighters, at the end of the event, and everybody's pretty much on some. They ain't really never seen a fighter like quit like that in that type of fashion. You know what I'm saying? Which was kind of strange. Robesi known as a top fighter, top Cuban guy, but I ended for him, man. It was quite crazy, man. Man, look at I'm gonna bring my guy up. Representing Yonkers, man. My man Smoke Dog. Get his opinion on it, man. Smoke, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's the word, my guy? What's good going on, big bro?
Oh man, chilling, man. Tell me, what you thought about the Robesi Ramirez situation, like the fight, how it went down. You know,
I basically felt Robisi was doing his thing. I thought it was alright. You know what I'm saying? I had him behind maybe about a round. You know what I'm saying? I had him down about a round, but I don't know what he's seen. I really feel like dude must have broke his orbital bone or something like that. I know I seen
that dude, bro. He reacted crazy. He reacted crazy.
He was complaining.
He was in the middle of throwing a punch and he just surrendered. It was insane.
Facts. I know dude does throw. I went back and seen a bunch of other fights. Dude does throw a lot of elbows.
Yeah.
But I ain't seen no elbows land in that fight. You know what I'm saying? I know Robisi tried to say, oh, it's the elbow. Nah, that was a nice right hand that just hit you flush.
It's flush in the face.
Like Clarissa Shields said on my podcast that GT the Great told her how to use them two big knuckles. Them two big knuckles. Them two big knuckles touched that. They touched that overball, man, and hurt dude.
Yeah, that was.
Saying, I do feel like, you know what I'm saying, sorry for the harsh words, but I feel like dude was a sucker. That he went out like a bitch.
Yeah. To be honest, you're not the only one. You're not the only one that felt like that. There was a plethora of Cuban fans in there. They was disgusted with Robesi. Yo, one man, he wanted to whoop Robesi his damn self. I could tell he put some money on the fight. Dude was hot. Dude was hot. He was in there just cussing in Cuban, just because he was talking big shit. Like before Robesi got up in there, you know what I mean? He talking shit to everybody in the crowd because it was really Cuba versus Mexico up in there. You know what I mean? And I didn't even know what kind of rivalry that was until I was on the floor with it. I'm like, oh shit! Oh, these Mexicans and Cubans really don't get down with each other like that, huh?
Nah, they don't. Like a lot of the Spanish countries, they don't mess with other Spanish countries. Like the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans really don't get along. The Mexicans don't like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm married to a Puerto Rican Cuban.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? My wife, she half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. You know what I'm saying? And like I hear things from a pops who's Cuban. I hear things from a mom's who's Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the other Spanish countries, man, they don't deal with each other.
That's kind of crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really I wonder why that is, but I feel like that's in all kind of cultures because it's like, to be honest, it's African cultures that don't fuck with each other. Like it'd be, you know, like there's civil war within the African community. Like this side don't like this side, but they all African. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of strange to me, man. But speaking, man, let me bring my boy Specs up from the other side of the pond. You know, get our UK point of view up here. You know what I'm saying? And bring Specs on up, man. Spectacle, man. What's going on?
What's good, my bro?
Oh man, listen, we chilling, man. What did you think about the you know, Robeisy Ramirez, the fight, and how Robeisy, you know, kind of, you know, laid it down and surrendered, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Boy, hold tight the game, you know. Hold tight the game. It was an interesting when he was like, you see, when he was talking about the initial elbow, I say, okay, he did get caught with an elbow that I could recognize that the ref didn't come in and say and to interject or say anything. Cool. You can weather that though. Do you know what I'm saying? This is boxing. This is what we do. For me, when he decided to tap out, I don't know where he had it in his head. It just looked too abrupt for me. Do you know what I'm saying? He got caught with the right, and then he just turned his back. Do you know what I'm saying? He called no mas. I was thinking, whoa, do you know what I'm saying, fam? But his reasons, albeit I'm calling it an excuse, I'm saying that he just had it in his head that he was gonna get beaten that night.
Man, and it's crazy because I feel like the first fight, he tried to bully Espinoza. You know what I'm saying? He was a heavy favorite, even though he's a smaller fighter. You know, he felt like he had the experience over Espinoza. So the way he even, you know, was coming at him, it was crazy in the first fight. But you know, after Espinoza damn near stopped him in the first fight with that crazy barrage he put on at the end of round 12, it's like Robeisy he felt that coming in round 1. Like he got hit crazy immediately. And you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, you know, and but that exchange where he got caught in the eye and he literally just stopped in the middle of throwing a punch and like put his hands up. I was like, he must have cracked his eye or something. Like that orbital bone had to have got touched or something. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, man.
Because his eye was pieced up, man. It was
disgusting, man. It was disgusting, man. We're gonna bring up the libertarian, man. My guy, lunatic.
With that Robeisy fight, I think he was trying to get up. I think he was trying to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And thought that he could probably try to use, he hit me with an elbow. You know what I'm saying? And they probably think that they see, they might go run with that. You know what I'm saying? Because dude was getting touched up a little bit because dude was using his long reach. You know what I'm saying? He was boxing him for the most part. And then when he was getting inside, he was having an issue with him too. On the inside, as big as and linky as dude was, I think he was just trying to get up out of that fight and thought that he was going to use that elbow, and they might have called like a no contest or give him the fight, but behind that, nah, it don't work like that.
Try to stop, I'm
on my Cat Williams shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the year of the exposures, bro.
No, they're definitely getting exposed
this year, bro.
We gonna touch on that. They definitely getting exposed this year, though. The exposure is happening.
He got exposed as a little bitch, and I was going for Robeisy.
He went out bad. I'm not gonna lie. That man went out bad. That man went out crazy. And I hope he can redeem himself. But I don't know. Like them Cuban, they was a fucking Robeisy after that. Like that was a bad showing. I wish what I should have done was got that crowd reaction footage of them dudes, how they was reacting after that man quit like that. Cause that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They like for a man that the fact that they was You know, even though it was a pro Espinoza crowd, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was pro Espinoza. He was the man in the building and all that. But Robesi had his fans there too. It was some Cubans that definitely pulled up for Robesi. But as soon as that man laid it down like that, now they was good on that guy. They was like, oh man, fuck this dude. He's not what we thought he was. Like it was
bullshit.
Yeah, that was some bullshit, man.
Like you said, like when I went to Chicken's fight here at the Garden in New York, I watched.
Shout out Chicken, man. Dallas, Texas.
Yo, listen, I watch people throw down, yo, bro, like 20,000, 30,000, bang, right in front of me, left it on the floor the whole fight. You see like 40 racks on the floor, and listen, dude, everybody thought that Japanese girl was doing
like that.
Nah, son, Chicken was using a jab for the most part, keeping on the outside, popping a bang bang, and the Japanese girl really didn't have it for Chicken. Dude was pissed. Dude was pissed. Like I seen Clarissa Shields stand up listening to this dude like and turn around and look at him because, yo, bro, it sounded like dude was about to Columbine that whole building, bro. He was pissed.
Oh, yeah, losing that money on the floor.
I know the Robesi fans that was going for him, I know they was tight, bro. They lost their bread. I know they was tight.
Man, let me bring up the Libertarian to the show, man. Get his thoughts on it, man. Little Tick, what's going on, man? Welcome to Who Gonna Catch These Hands, man. You know, you've been hearing the panel talking. You know, we talking Robesi Ramirez. You know what you thought about the fight, and you know how Robesi, you know, surrendered. You know, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Well, good afternoon, and thank you. If you can hear me, then let me know. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's a disappointment all around. I think that we got a good fight the first showing. We tend to put that as a perspective of what we can anticipate for the second fight, and then we see a man give up and quit, and it's a really bad look, especially for a Cuban fighter or I mean any Hispanic fighter or Latin descent fighter, because there's so much heart that goes into that, right? So there's a lot that goes into saying that they have a lot of heart. And when you just leave your heart in the ring and just, you know, you're not even putting up you just stop and say, no, I'm done. It's like, yeah, I really can't put any more respect on you, because, you know, boxing is a very dangerous sport, and it's not meant for quitters. It absolutely is not meant for people that are going to quit. Now, it's a difference if you have an injury such as like if you compare it to Billy Joe Saunders, where his entire face was fractured, not just one portion of the orbital bone. I mean, literally his face was in pieces. And then you have examples of Joe Smith Jr. fighting through a broken jaw, Arthur Abraham fighting through a broken jaw. I mean, just devastating injuries, and guys make it through the fight. I think that the people that are coming up in boxing don't have the same mentality. I'm not going to say that they're soft because they're professional fighters, but they just don't have the same mentality as the old school fighters, and I think that's something that's being lost in boxing.
It's definitely for sure a different mindset. You know, some people like to blame Floyd Mayweather for ushering in this money era of guys that, you know, is putting the money first, which is kind of ironic because it is prize fighting. But, you know, it's some guys out there that still, you know, chasing the legacy and want to be the greatest fighter out there and want to fight the best. And I feel like that's coming back.
Yo, can I say this real quick?
Yo.
People in this industry, they got to stop blaming Floyd for shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's easy to do, though.
What Floyd did for people was show you basically like, the people that came before him, a lot of them are old, broke, and fucked up. They got nothing. Floyd made a wealth that is gonna take care of his kids, his grandkids, and them kids after that. You know what I'm saying? Like he just set himself to the side and said, you know what? I'm not gonna be like some of these legends that's out here. Some of these legends are broke.
Bad. They out here bad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I done seen some. You know what I mean? One, I damn near cried when I seen him. And I'm like, damn, I know dude like kind of twisted, like in the way his name rings out, it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? So like Floyd basically showed these young dudes, like, yo, look, I'm gonna put out a blueprint for y'all to get this money and ain't gotta be broken twisted when y'all leave here.
Some people they mad at that. Now go ahead.
Yeah, cause I just think it's now the sport is in a place where fighters are more consciously aware of the consequences of, do you know what I mean? Like you can go out the hero, you can have the, amazing fight where you fought it out and you left, you know what I'm saying, and you left a piece of yourself in that ring. But I think that's a lot more costly to these fighters nowadays, to their conscious awareness, than, do you know what I'm saying, being able to leave, take a loss and fight another day at the end of the day, regardless of what people think. Because, this is a sport where it's thankless at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, do you know what I mean? But once the lights go off and you retire, they've forgotten about you if you're not out there like that. Do you know what I mean? So I don't knock fighters for that, because again, we've seen other examples where, like Daniel Dubois, for instance, when he took that knee against sorry, I forgot his name. Joe Joyce, the juggernaut. And everybody was questioning that and the reasons why for that then. But do you know what I mean? I was thinking again, consciously, this is somebody that wants to fight another day. And if we've seen, and now where we've seen where he's got to 4 years later from that moment, it's like it's a testament that he was able to take that loss and be able to go through all of that, because it was necessary for his growth at that stage. Maybe it might not be the case in the case of Robisi and Ramirez, but hold tight the game, innit?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to touch on something that you said earlier too. About a fighter like leaving it all in the ring. I mean, that's something that fans appreciate. You know what I mean? If Robisi would have got his ass just beating that ring but still finished it out, like I think they would have. I think they would have received that a lot better than him just straight up quitting.
They definitely would have respected that a hell of a lot more. But too, at the same time, like he just said, I want to fight another day.
Right.
The shit that I'm talking, that I'm saying that he went out like a bitch. In all reality, I don't know what that man felt.
Okay.
I don't know what that man felt.
You know what's crazy? We Maniac just pulled up, and it's gonna be interesting to hear his point of view because he is a fighter. So you know what I mean, to know. Let me bring him up here. Maniac, what's going on, man? Yeah.
Yo.
Come up off that corner.
Yo.
Come up on the camera.
Hey, I do want to speak on something real quick. Hey, these fighters, man, first of all, they have to stop blaming Floyd. Floyd didn't do nothing but copy De La Hoya's blueprint for real. They forgetting De La Hoya is the guy that set this blueprint for everybody to follow, to be the golden boy, to be able to pick and choose who the fuck I want to fight. This is not on Floyd. I don't know why people keep doing this, saying the Mayweather effect. What effect? Only thing he did other than Oscar was stay undefeated.
Well, I think when they talk about that, I think they're talking about the Vegas spectacle, the MGM spectacle.
That was all Oscar before him.
No, you're right. But Floyd took that position.
To be real, most of the bullshit that's going on in boxing today came from Oscar. This nigga was Jake Paul before anybody was. Nobody realizes that.
I think that's debatable. I mean, we have a blueprint through Top Rank.
He went out there and fought Shaquille O'Neal. He started this shit.
I think there's been celebrity boxing for a number of years, though.
Floyd took it to another level, and Jake Paul blew that shit the fuck up.
I mean, I don't know. I think
the first time I ever seen anything like that was from De La Hoya. De La Hoya started a lot of this shit.
But
still too, people got to think. When these fighters say the Mayweather effect, or even want to blame De La Hoya, you got to think about what De La Hoya and Floyd did before they started even doing that.
But when you're
these
thinking
fighters
about
today, these fighters today off rip go for the money Mayweather and the Golden Boy. They not trying to be Pretty Boy or regular Oscar.
yeah, no, I hear
That
what
had
you're
to go in
saying,
there and fight these dudes. That had
but
to fight the Pernell Whitakers and the Fresh Mosleys and shit like that. They didn't.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but what we're talking about in terms of the Floyd and the De La Hoya effect is fighters becoming sole traders in terms of making their own imprints and being able to dictate their careers that much more so as a fighter slash promoter, having that direct relationship with matchmakers and such. And do you know what I mean? Like, and that's where I think that effect was, because it's more kind of drawing a circle around your own name of and realm of nepotism. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to the other stuff, because once you're the sole trader, you can dictate how, when you're speaking with the networks, how they market your story. Do you know what I'm saying? How they promote you out there, the types of things, like you taking full control of that side of things, where a lot of fighters, we saw them at the beckon of promoters for the longest time. And when it's like a contractor, subcontractor, and then do you know what I mean? That kind of realm, and that you want to be the contractor working direct with everybody. That's what I thought. That's what I took from. Do you know what I'm saying? The De La Hoya Mayweather. Well, for me, it was more the Mayweather effect, because I was aware of Floyd from younger, but it was more the De La Hoya Mayweather fight that brought me into awareness of that whole thing.
And I do agree with Smoke, though. I do feel like Floyd did copy and paste De La Hoya. Like Mayweather Promotions was definitely a copy and paste of Golden Boy. It was the same thing. They moved the same with how they was doing the glove shit, how the ring size. He literally copy and pasted everything this man did to him, and he did it to everybody else.
And Canelo turned around. And
Canelo did it to
Canelo, both of their book and ran with it.
Yeah. So I'm with that. I definitely agree with that all the way. Now I want to touch on this Navarrete Valdez, man. This shit was crazy, bro. I mean, a lot of people felt that Oscar was gonna get stopped. I wasn't one of them. I thought Oscar was going. I definitely thought he was going to lose, but I thought he would have lost in a fashion of where because he got heart. You know what I mean? We know the cheating allegations. I know Smoke gonna step all over him with that, but that dude got heart, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you can say about him, like, you're gonna really have to beat his ass to get him out of there or make him stop fighting, more literally do what Navarrete did, and like, you have to put him down. You know what I mean? Because I mean the dude, I mean, typical Mexican fighter, got a lot right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just heart full of motherfucking, I don't know what you call that, wherewithal, whatever. You know what I mean? He got it for sure. But I don't know, the volume from Navarrete, the awkward angles of punching, the step around, it was just too much for him, bro. Like, and then Navarrete just seemed like, even though Navarrete came from the weight class under, he just seemed like way bigger than him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Navarrete is a big 130. Like, you know what I mean? I just had to really put that into perspective too. When I'm looking at them, I'm like, bro, he came from 126. How was he even making 126? I'm shocked the hell out of me. But we turn it around a little. Start with you. What you think about the Navarrete and the Valdez situation, and about the
I
fight?
think it was.
Go ahead.
I think that we knew that when we talked about this previous to the fight, that Oscar Valdez was going to come to fight. We knew Navarrete had the weird, awkward angles and threw a lot of punches. The question was what was left in Oscar Valdez, and Oscar Valdez just couldn't take it anymore. The left hook landed perfectly on the body. And when you look at the replay, Navarrete threw that thing about as unconventional, and I think every boxing trainer in the world will tell you that he threw it completely wrong. but as long as it lands, it lands. I mean, Navarrete makes a lot of mistakes. Oscar Valdez couldn't capitalize on it, and Navarrete got him out of there. I think that you're going to have heart with Mexican fighters. I think that Oscar was on the downside anyway. Navarrete's got a backing too, so he's still up there as far as contention for world title status. I don't know where they're going to place him because who wants to fight a guy that fights like that? Who at 130 wants to fight a guy like that?
He got somebody there, and he was at the fight. We gonna touch on that in a little bit. Oh, he definitely got somebody to fight him. I mean, I don't know if you know what I mean. If is Top Rank gonna set it up or what? But it's definitely somebody there for him. You know what I'm saying? Smoke know what time it is. Maniac, I'm gonna go to you, man. What did you think about the Navarrete Valdez, about the fight and how everything ended up, man? Let me get your thoughts on that.
I ain't really get to catch the fight. I can't really speak on it, but it sucked that it turned out that way for Oscar again. But hey man, boy ain't been the same since the allegation. So what can I say?
Definitely. And it's crazy that you said allegations, because that segues me into my next got Smoke, man. Go ahead and tell us how you felt about the Valdez and Navarrete, and for those that don't know how Smoke feels about Valdez, I think you're about to learn right now. But go ahead, Smoke.
I'm gonna start off where my guy Maniac ended off. That boy ain't been the same since he popped. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people probably gonna be mad about what I'm about to say, because this gentleman gets a lot of hate. But I watched him duck Shakur for like 3 years, and when he finally got in the ring with him, he whooped his ass. And I think that Shakur put the finishing touches on that boy, because he looked different to me ever since he fought Shakur and he popped. Since he popped, he been trash. But I believe that Shakur had some dealings with that as well.
I can't even deny that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? When it came to him fighting Navarrete, and it's the second time, I didn't even think that he should take the fight. I thought that he was going to get hurt worse than what he did.
I was really wondering why, they pressed for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a fight that I felt didn't warrant a rematch. You know what I mean? It was so one-sided the first time. I was like, what are they rematching for?
They should have gave him to Oshaki and let Oshaki put another big name on his record.
Right.
Because like I told you, I got the man is a drug cheat. I got no love for him. I've been pushing for Facio to get in the ring with Facio Falcone and get in the ring with him. And Facio, I know Facio ready, 100% ready. But after a while, I started thinking like, well, hold on, Facio's gonna kill this man, bro. He's gonna hurt him. He's not what anybody thinks at all. The drugs, ever since the drugs, like Maniac said, he hasn't been the same since the drugs.
He hasn't, bro. It's so obvious. Like, you just look at it, he looks different. Like, ain't fighting the same, punch resistance ain't the same. It's a lot, man.
That's what happens when you up underneath that Eddie Reynoso. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
man, we gotta talk about that too, man. Eddie Reynoso is a trash fighter. He sucks ass. I'm sorry, that guy sucks, man.
He does suck, but as long as he got you up underneath the
yeah.
You lit.
No, he said some whole ass shit too. He said when they asked him about Oscar and in the drug scandal thing, he was like, I'm his trainer. I don't dabble in like I guess what he intakes or is in nutrition. He's like, I don't do the nutrition. I was like, what? I guess, bro.
Gave that boy something, nigga.
Yeah, he's like, I don't do the nutrition. I said, man,
that boy something.
Bro, that was insane. Hey, Specs, man. Tell me what you think about this Navarrete Valdez, man. Your thoughts on it. From your point of view.
Do you know what, man? This is just like an old school just beat down, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From the first round, it just looked like Navarrete was too much. He just felt he was just too much. Like simple. He was just coming in, flustering Valdez constantly. When he backed him up to the ropes. When I think about the first knockdown, even like Valdez thought he got hit to the back of the head.
For
He
sure. And
wasn't
it was
there.
flush. He thought he got hit in the back of the dome. That shit was crazy. That shit
You know
was
what I mean? He wasn't there, man. He wasn't there. Like it wasn't. I can't say it wasn't his night because I do agree with Smoke sentiments that, do you know what I mean? Like he's a drug cheat, and it's not the same no more. This guy isn't the same guy, and maybe this beatdown was the beatdown to show him and for him to really realize his new ceiling. Like this is it, you know.
Man, yeah. Let's stay on this Navarrete fight, and I want to know what you guys think about Navarrete. One, not calling out O'Shaquie Foster after the fight, and two, like, what's he really gonna do next? You know what I mean? Like, what I mean, if it's not a unification with the other title holder in your weight class, what you about to do, Navarrete? Because that man was right there ringside. You ain't even mention his name. You ain't say nothing. You start talking about going on vacation. That was crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie. That man was talking. I know it's close to Christmas. It's the holidays. I get it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's boxing, dog. You know, even though we get it, you gonna spend time with your family. We get that. But bro, you talking about vacation and not really saying what's next, and you got the dude right there. He came in. He's in the house. He front row. I'm thinking Shock was just gonna get in the ring, but nah. But I'm gonna start with you, Specs. Like, what do you think about that? That now how they how Navarrete handled the situation after he beat Valdez? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it is the perfect time for him to make a call out. Do you know what I'm saying? Invite Oshaki to the ring and do that. You know what I'm saying? Do the necessary, like what we expect. But I don't know, I don't know. Maybe maybe he just wanted to bask in his glory. Do you know what I'm saying? For that moment. Maybe he just wanted to he wasn't thinking about the next step. He's just thinking about right now. Just too caught up in that right now. Like he should have though. He should have but these fighters, I don't even know anymore for a lot of these man. We don't see a lot of what we're meant to see nowadays. So and Navarrete, the way that the way with how unorthodox this guy was moving in the ring, I don't expect too much of this guy outside of it. Do you know what I mean? Not, and that's not to go against him in the sense that I wouldn't expect him to do anything traditional and to my expectations after seeing that kind of a performance. Because again, I'm just looking on a lot of these guys now, like, are they actually trying to fight with each other, or are they just sizing each other or using their presence for further marketing for us to have these conversations that we're having now?
We know what Boots is doing. He's doing exactly what the latter of what you just said.
You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers' names for marketing and clout. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't trying to fight nobody. But I'm sorry, I don't want to rant on that. That's another conversation for another day. Smoke, man. Tell me your thoughts, man. What you think about Navarrete? How he handled the situation after the big win on Valdez, and him not calling out O'Shaquie Foster. What's your thoughts on that?
I thought his O'Shaquie ain't there for another belt. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a very hard fight for Shockey.
Right. But he won't that.
That's what I like. That's what the one thing I do like about Shockey, that he ain't gonna duck no smoke.
Right.
I'm saying, from what I've seen, he's not gonna duck no smoke. He gonna get in there. He gonna fight you, win or lose. But
that's what you got to respect about it. And he pulled up.
Facts. But I'm gonna be honest now. In my opinion, that last performance I seen in him don't warrant me to see him in there with Navarrete right yet.
But Casey, that's another unconventional fighter, bro. That style is crazy. That Brazilian shit he coming with is crazy, bro. He's
That's
giving
a
anybody
fact.
a problem. You
But
know?
the way I'm seeing Navarrete, like right now, I got a vision in my head of Navarrete throwing them punches. His volume and his awkwardness, and that shit is accurate.
It is. It's crazy accurate. Like
That's
it
gonna be
looks
a
so
very,
damn.
and
It
he's
looks like
way
a
bigger
nigga
than
jacking,
Shockey.
like in basketball, look like somebody jacking from the damn half
Yup,
court, or you know what I'm
yup,
saying? And he just hitting that hoe. You like what?
he gonna have that length with Shockey.
Yeah.
He's gonna
But I
punch on
think,
Shockey. He gonna
but
punch on
look,
Shockey.
Smoke. I think that movement will fuck Navarrete up because you gotta really sit in front of him for him to be doing all that shit. If you're a mover like Shockey, as soon as you start winding up and doing all that, and you just step to the side of him, you know what I'm saying? He gonna look crazy missing. And I think that's something that Navarrete has in his mind. You know what I mean? When it, fighting against these quote unquote black fighters or skillful guys that can, they got real good foot movement and stuff like that. Because I think that'll give him a problem, like the way he comes at you, when he is punching, like, because even though Valdez footwork, it's not trash, but it was just
Valdez footwork is trash, bro.
Okay, I was trying to be, you know what I'm saying?
His footwork is not trash, bro.
Okay.
Trash, man. Valdez footwork trash.
Man, listen. Lunatic, it's on you, man. Tell me what you think about, Navarrete, how he handled the situation after he won a big win against Oscar Valdez, and him not calling out O'Shaquie Foster.
Well, we've seen Navarrete go up to 135. Maybe that's in his plans for the future. He went up there and failed. Maybe he's going to try again. I don't know. As far as the call out for O'Shaquie Foster, maybe his team has talked about it. Maybe the money's not right. I don't know. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity to promote the fight if you get both of the fighters in the ring and then say, oh, this is what's coming next. But we didn't get that. Now, and I think a reason that might be is we've seen that with Spence getting in the ring with Fundora and then getting, a year's worth of maybes and, oh, well, it's going to happen. And then it doesn't, we still don't know any information on whether that fight's going to happen. I think that it would be a difficult fight for O'Shaquie Foster at 130, but yet again, I don't know if Navarrete is having trouble making 130 or if he wants to move up to 135. It will definitely be an endurance fight. I'll give you that. And can Foster take his power? That's yet to be seen too. So I think Navarrete might be looking at 135 again to see if he tests the waters. I don't know. It would be an excellent unification fight if he fought O'Shaquie Foster, and it would be great for O'Shaquie Foster if he actually beat Navarrete. But I think that's a very tall task for O'Shaquie right now, considering the two fights that he had with Conceição. So, I mean, well, it's not anything definite for him.
They say styles make fight. Man, Ace, man, welcome up. Ace, I don't know if you heard the question. I'm gonna ask you the same thing, man. How you feel about, how Navarrete, handled the situation after the big win against Valdez, and the fact that he didn't call out O'Shaquie Foster. What you think? How you feel about that?
I would have wanted him to call out O'Shaquie, but realistically, I think he just one of them dudes that's easily avoidable because, like Navarrete probably know that he can get more money fighting a regular Mexican dude or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like O'Shaquie name just like make shockwaves or anything. So, it's unfortunate, but I can see him looking over O'Shaquie. And knowing because it's a harder fight, he might have to chase him a little bit, so he'd do it probably purposely. You know what I mean?
Right. And they were sprinkling, Navarrete and Espinoza. So I'm like, so instead of unifying with somebody in his weight class, y'all want to bring up a lighter fighter, even though he is 6'1", he's a bigger 126, and he might even be stronger at 130. And Mo, Espinoza might be crazy at 130. I was kind of battling with it, trying to think about. I'm like, damn, is that a better fight than O'Shaquie and Navarrete? Maybe, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, but Navarrete and me as a fan of the sport, Navarrete and O'Shaquie Foster unifying right now is definitely something that makes more sense to me. It's more appealing, and the fact that he was there on scene makes it more appealing. But like even the fact that talking to Espinoza after the fight, Espinoza he's down to fight anybody, but it definitely seemed like he was trying to see what that landscape at 126 was talking about. But it seemed like Top Rank is gonna start playing them seeds in his head to move up to 130 fight Navarrete for on a big money fight situation. But I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't really know what to make of that, but it is what it is. Richardson, Hitchison. I don't even know if I just said Richardson, Richardson Hitchinson. Is that his fucking name? I don't know. I said it 3 times. Third time was trying. Hopefully I got it right. But man, this dude pulled off upset. I don't know if it's upset of 2024. Maybe it may be debatable. Put off a big win and against Liam Paro in Puerto Rico this weekend. He put on for New York City, Brooklyn boy. With that, I'm gonna start with you, Smoke. How you feeling about the the big win from Little Africa, Hitchinson? Him repping for New York, for that borough of Brooklyn, man. How you feel about that?
That man made me happy to be from New York, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the first 3 rounds, he kind of like underestimated himself. Like I think he always kind of underestimates himself. And when after that 3rd round, when his coach got into him and told him like, "Yo, bro, shoot the right hand. Stop playing with this dude. You stronger, faster. You way better than him. Show it." And he went out there, started using that right hand. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them straight rights, them right hooks. The right hand was there all night long from the beginning.
That
It was
right
there
was
all
there
night.
all night. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So like he put a lot more belief in him and me. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in him a lot more. I got a lot more faith in him because I felt like he was holding himself back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel even with like the Lamos fight, I felt like if he would have just fought himself, just be himself, he would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely respect the performance that he put on.
He did it, motherfucker. Spectacle, specs, man. How'd you feel about the Hitchinson fight? And give me your thoughts on that, man. How he amazing performance, man. Tell me what you think about it.
This was enjoyable from the press conferences
for sure.
To I'm saying the issues with the gloves before. Like Hitchens really did a job. He really did a job. The way that he was working his mouth from that first press conference, I said, you know what, yeah, this is why, man, I'll mess with these New York brothers. You know what I'm saying? Right. They know how to turn on the gas. They know how to turn it up neatly. Getting the mind games, the way he's talking direct to Eddie. Eddie, you know how I get. I was, all right, bro. And from the first bell, he just felt too much for Paro. It just felt too much. When I saw their auras from when the ref brought them together, I'm sure he was talking to Paro. I'm sure he was talking or saying something. Yeah, I'm just looking in his face and I'm saying, yeah, he's really switched on for something. And he really pulled out the stops again. That right was there all night for him. Do you know what I mean? Paro was he was flat. He just didn't seem like he was in the fight, like in the same way. Like it didn't feel like I've got the highlights going right now. And again, it just felt like Hitchens was a step ahead throughout the whole fight. The whole fight, from the movement to just initiating the story. That was Hitchens' story that night.
Yeah, I agree with that. That boy jab was on point. The 1-2 was damn near immaculate. Like, I was talking shit at the beginning of the fight, and saying he looked tired, just saying, little hating ass shit. But I was really just chopping fun, you know what I'm saying? Because he put on, man. The dude put on, man. You just gotta admit that, man. That dude put on. Ace, tell me what you think about Richardson Hitchens' performance against Liam Paro. And and how big win, big upset win.
I think he did everything he needed to do, and even the first 4 rounds, I had him losing. But remember I mentioned I'm like maybe it's a good thing he pacing himself though,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
he had the energy throughout the whole entire fight, which like we said after the fourth round he took it over. It was all his fight, and I wouldn't say I knew that that was something he was capable of. So I'm not like super impressed or he didn't change my mind about him too much, but I'm more disappointed in Paro that he didn't have any answers
Couldn't make any
Hitchens
adjustments.
took over. It was like nothing that you were able to do after that. Only thing that you could do is counter his jab, which you couldn't even do nothing on top of that. Like you couldn't throw a backhand after countering the jab. He
Right.
wouldn't even allow you to land no backhands.
And it wasn't that what was confusing to me is you're trying to come over the top of somebody's jab who has the reach and is taller than you. It's like, what are you doing? You're literally
And
just
it
asking to
was
get hit in the
working
face.
for him though. It was
At
working
first,
for him.
yeah,
I
at
thought it
first.
was weird that he was able to do that to the taller fighter.
Definitely. And I felt
But
like that was the nerves of Hitchison, you know what I mean? Being in a championship fight, being out of bounds in Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? Just the nerves. And then you could tell, like, once he figured it out, it was a wrap. Like, it was just nothing that Paro could do. He made him look so basic. I was surprised, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was definitely surprised. Um, Maniac, man. Tell me what you think. You called it. You called this fight. I got to give it to you. I do not have the audio of you actually saying what you said, and I know that's what you're looking for. But it's all good. We give it to him one day. But tell me what you think about the fight and Hitchison's performance, and how things went down.
I ain't get a chance to watch it, man. I seen the highlight, but yeah, like you said it since you brought it up. Yeah, I did call it. Um, I'm proud of him, man. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he was able to get in there and do what he needed to do. Um, I did think Liam Parra was going to have an issue with pure boxers. I was just hoping that Hitchens had the dog in him to pull it off, and I guess it didn't take a Devin or somebody else to do it. He said he's the guy. So
Mm.
yeah, man, it was. I'm gonna go back and watch it and analyze it, but so far so good for the highlights. It looked like he put on the show.
He did. He definitely did. Lunatic, man. Swinging it to you, man. Richardson, Hitson performance. What'd you think of it? And yeah.
I think he did very well against Paro. I think that Paro showed himself for being a very basic southpaw against an orthodox fighter that was too long for him and very patient for him. I do think he kept trying to do things. It just was his separation and skill level. Now, with Hitchens winning the 140-pound IBF title, is he going to have problems making weight? They've already brought it up in their camp. Is it better for him to campaign at 140 or to try and move up to 147 and leverage the belt to do so? I don't know. I think that when you look at Hitchens and his style, he's going to give everybody problems, but it's not going to be very exciting for the fan base. You are going to watch a 12-round boxing lesson from that fighter. And you don't have to change anything with him, because the right hand has enough power to keep his opponent off of him. The jab is fast enough and it can keep him at a distance. And to take Floyd Mayweather's point, Roger Mayweather's point, boxing is to the skill of hitting and not getting hit. And is it very fan pleasing? Probably not. But is it something that's going to get you to win? Absolutely. I mean, I think that pure boxers get a bad rap in the sport, even though this is the sweet science where you're supposed to use your footwork, you're supposed to keep your opponent at bay, you're supposed to hit them and not allow them to hit you back. So I think that was a beautiful performance. Whether it's going to be crowd pleasing, I highly doubt it. So is it going to bring promotional issues? Maybe. But as long as you have a world championship, you have the promotional leverage that you need to get yourself fights. At least that's the premise that we're told.
Okay. I'm gonna go around the room with this question. I just want to know what you guys think. I'm gonna start with you, Smoke. Does that fight warrant a rematch?
No. Hell no.
Specs, I'm gonna go to you next. Specs, does it warrant a rematch?
Nah, man.
Ace, talk to me, man.
Nah, I think he gonna be fighting Cambosis next.
Maniac. Does it warrant a
Nah,
rematch?
nah, I don't want to see no rematch. I would like to see what him and El Rayo plan on doing next, or him and Devin, or Pollo,
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
or Tio, or the whole division.
Okay. Lunatic. Does it warrant a rematch?
Absolutely not. I think that you'll see the same performance. I don't think you'll see anything different. I think that Taros just doesn't have the length or the agility to get around Hitchens and his boxing ability. I just don't think he has it.
Okay. Man, listen. I appreciate y'all boys for y'all time. But look, before we get up out of here, hey, listen, everybody out there that's watching, that's locked into this, these are my guys right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let them tell you where you can find them at, where you can follow them at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show them the same love y'all show me, man. I'm gonna start with you. Come on, go ahead and tell them where they can find you at, bro.
Y'all already know y'all can find me at Smoke With Me TV, Smoke With Me TV without the H. On YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at Smoke With Me _TV. You know what I'm saying? Brother Joe, thanks for having me up here, brother.
Come on, man. It's nothing. Specs, man. If they coming to London, man, where they get you at, man?
Aye, you can catch, man. All socials everywhere. Spectacle for now. Do you know what I'm saying? But boxing wise, catch me on the OSOS podcast. Do you know what I'm saying? With Joe and the family. You know how it goes.
Ace, man, talk to him, man. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
That's me on YouTube, GOD TV, boxing, music, and more, man. You see me in the comments. I've got punch counts and different boxing content, and we even post up the OSOS podcast, man. So make sure you tune in.
So Maniac, man, talk to him, man. Where they can find you at?
Yo, Maniac McGee. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Poppy_Maniac. Shout out to Who Gonna Catch These Hands, OSOS podcast, man. We doing big things in 2025 for sure.
Yeah, Lunatic, man. Where they can get you at, man?
Yeah, I'm the Lunatic Libertarian. You can catch me on Spotify and wherever you catch your local podcasts. I base my stuff out of politics, but I'm definitely into this boxing, and anybody can catch these hands right here.
Get it.
Okay. Man, listen, man. This is another episode of Who Gonna Catch These Hands, man. I'm your boy, Joe Prophet. Listen, we usually come every day from 10 to 11:30 a.m. You know, we had some shit we had to get done today. You know what I'm saying? So that's on me. I take the blame. But you know what I'm saying? My dude's gonna hold me accountable, make sure we get this done on a daily basis. You heard? So, man, we be back tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Tap in, man. We out. Peace. I appreciate